What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year. Let's start this new year off right. New year equals new build. So before me right here is a shell, if you will, a skeleton of an AR pistol that has no soul yet. By no soul, no barrel, no bolt carrier group, doesn't even have a name. So hopefully you guys can help me out with some of that stuff. I don't know whether I should keep this 5.56 300 blackout, put a completely different caliber that would actually house a 10-inch barrel. I don't like barrels that stick all the way out the handguard personally, so whatever it is going to be at least 10 to 11 inches. Just want to go over this real quick. This is a mixture of two different Cerakotes. You'll see that during the video later on. And I wanted to do an olive drab type look. I could have just bought olive drab. I didn't. I wanted to do my own mix of Cerakote because olive drab is a little bit more on the greener side than the brown or flat dark earth side. So I wanted a flat dark earth with a tint of green versus green with a tint of flat dark earth. I think it came out well. I did drop this lower receiver. That's the first thing you see in the video is you hear me dropping my lower receiver after I just got done spraying it. So like I said, it has no brains, no soul. But this is going to be the Wraith 10-inch handguard that I did a review on previously. The M4E1 upper receiver from Aero Precision. Gauntlet arms, 80% lower receiver. I got that at Delta Team Tactical. The buffer tube came with the SBA3, which I got at DE Guns for 75 bucks each. K2 grip, not the rubberized, the more plastic, grip. Hex mag. This is this gun in its entirety. Now, what I'm actually curious about is, after you watch the video, you'll see the process. But should I keep this a new build, or take all the guts out of this, because it also has no full soul either, right? Have my Faxon arms, 11.5 inch barrel, my Surefire Mini, and my EOTech. If I want to put all of these into this firearm. And the reason for it is this lower right here, you can't see it that well. There you go. This lower is jacked up. It still is functional. It does work. But it was one of the first ones I've ever done. So being that it was one of the first ones I've ever done, I didn't really want to get rid of the lower, but I might use it on a different one that I'm actually having an issue with right now. And the one I'm having an issue with, yes, is it functional? It's nothing I want to keep very long. So hopefully you guys sit back, watch, enjoy my Cerakote process. Let me know, comment section, if you want to know any other parts. If I don't name them or don't name them at all, drop a comment. I'll go ahead and respond. I think I'm pretty good at that lately. Either way, you guys have a happy new year. Make sure you guys work out today or tomorrow, but at least start it off today. It's Phdarien, and I'm out. Peace. All right, what's up, everybody? It's Phdarien. We're going to be Cerakoting these two setups. So this is my buddy's right here. That one will be mine. The reason it has no buffers, he is putting the PDW brace like this on his build, and he wants it to remain black. But the color of both of these rifles will be very similar to that of this one. So if you can tell, the flat dark earth is the stock, the safety selector, the grip, the dust cover, bipod grip, and the things on top. So it's a little bit of a mixture between Highland green and flat dark earth. So first things first is to do what? Degrease. All right, guys, real quick. This is the Wraith arms. I did a video on this specific handguard. This is the Midwest Industries. This is a 6-inch rail. Once again, this was my buddy's stuff. It'll be on his. This one's mine. I like to keep all the pieces together. One of the things I like to do is put the buffer tubes inside of the handguard. And if you look right here at this part on both Midwest Industries versus Wraith, I cannot fit that part in there, but I can on Midwest Industries. And the reason I do that is whenever I'm degreasing, I kind of keep it a little bit more. Sometimes I might have to lift up the tray, and I want to be able to put this inside of the handguard to just help soak more in here. That's one of my little tricks while I'm Cerakoting. So my buffer tube will be inside of my buddy's handguard as such while they're degreasing. Definitely spilled more than I planned on it, but no big deal. All right, so now that I have that, I will lift this up, right? And you see how the majority of the receivers are soaked. I will flip this, and I will do the same on this side as well. That way I don't waste acetone. One other quick thing I wanted to mention as I'm doing the degreasing process is prior to, especially when I'm doing lower receivers and I'm spraying either cutting oil, WD-40, or some sort of lubricant on it, I notice I have to wash that receiver out, and I tend to use Dawn dish soap, and that's a very, very great degreaser. So I do that before. If I do that before, it will cut down on any of these issues happening during this degreasing phase a lot more. So I'm not telling you to wash your parts and then degrease it, but it definitely helps speed up the process much more than actually leaving oil in there, because then you actually, not saying tarnish the actual acetone, but it's now going to have a lot of whatever residual oils that your receiver parts had or handguards. So as a matter of fact, this part right here on this handguard, this is oil from the factory. This is not anything from splashing acetone. So I might take this part out and actually wash it and then throw it back in here. All right, so I just removed these two and flipped them. So these two parts, these two sides, you could probably see some residual. See that? All right, so the acetone's kind of evaporating pretty quick. Real fast, I'm gonna take these receivers out, and as well as the dust covers, since they're both been completely soaked. These are some of the greasiest parts you can ever degrease, right? They're heavily lubed up and oiled. So we'll go ahead and set that there. Take this one out as well. And while I'm actually going to be doing these, as I stated earlier, going to have this fully submerged, as well as this, right? And then probably flip or rotate them at some point. I might even give it a little bit more leverage when it comes to that. So stand by. So I just have a huge level on the bottom of it. That's giving it the ability to pretty much submerge a lot more over here. What the hell's my hand doing in the way? All right, everybody, so I got my PSI up to what I need it to be, 120. Let's go ahead, get ready to go. Nice, nicely charged. I'm gonna be using this Hyper Tough. I got this from Walmart. It's just a micro USB-C as far as the charger, right? I use this, it's got 3 different modes. Low, strobe, and then bright. So I'm gonna put it on the brightest setting, leaving it there to just sit on the lip of this. So let's just go ahead and get this blast cabinet ready to go and put the first parts in. So this is my current setup. Nothing fancy about this at all. This is stock as a mug for the most part. So we'll get my parts in first because why not? Set those down, and then we will turn on this light like this. And this is gonna be my setup to start sandblasting. All right, people, here it goes. Magpul Flat Dark Earth H267, H200 Highland Green. 50 milliliters of this, 50 milliliters of that, 22 of those, and a graduated cylinder. See, and then this one I'll just put like, you know, my hand right here, kind of showing. So I'll put like, that's 50 milliliters.
Actually, no, it's not. It's 48.
Every, all right, so I have my pre-valve sprayer. I don't want to use the HVLP spray gun this time. I think this is a really good option. So you see my Cerakote, I gotta clean that out after I spray. I'm gonna have my handy dandy assistant, Ben. He's gonna be doing some of the recording whenever he gets through here. He's currently preheating the oven for some of our parts. These are the ghetto ways to do this stuff. So I've got my handguard over here, my buffer tube over there, my upper, lower, and dust cover here. Spray. So I just dropped my lower. As I just sprayed it, I dropped that thing. So pissed off.
I'll get the doors for you.